they're also practicing the adaptability.
For sure. For sure. I can see that they are pivoting and making changes, and change management is in place.
Nice.
Going global and expansion. Alrighty, let's get started on a Monday.
3rd of May.
Wow. The year is progressing very quickly while COVID is not progressing anywhere.
It's progressing and mutating.
Progressing in a wrong in a different direction as to what we would like it to be. However, life is never about what we would like it to be. Most of the time it goes opposite of us and our expectation.
Yeah. So the question is, how do we advance ourselves from this mutation? Advancing so fast.
Yep, and very much so, it's how you integrate the micro and macro to growth. Because I think let's drop that whole brick and mortar, that old traditional.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it's office, shop lot, retail, you call it. Put that one down and really look at how you can actually grow on a micro and macro level to really expand.
So today our topic is on integration of micro and macro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And why we've selected this topic, because honestly, I mean, like for myself, there are times I actually neglect one. And then there are times when so it really is detrimental to the growth of a business. And until we are conscious about it, right? So I think today is a great time to talk about this micro and macro.
Yep. And I think it's also a great time. I mean, my personal thoughts of this topic is as such as how many more times are we going to think small and think that the old way or norm is going to come back and disappointed again and again?
Yeah, it's no more. I think nowadays we shouldn't be discussing about when is this old thing coming back? When are we going to be normal again?
Just drop that whole thing. That's what I feel. It's too tiring trying to get through that again and again and again, and then it's like at the end of the day, what you get out of it. So
right, yeah, and it's too tiring to figure out what is happening, figure, and then so it's better, might as well to be advanced, be in front of it.
Yep, go really big, expand, growth, go global, go do whatever you want to do, legally, ethically, and the rest it will pass.
Yeah. So that's why I love this thing about having a partner like myself. I have Andrea, right? Because sometimes if I may be caught up in a micro, then she will just nudge me, hey, look at the big picture. Or sometimes even she's caught up in a micro, then suddenly I come from another direction, because we can be caught up.
Yep. And at times you need a debatable partner. Why I say that it's a debatable partner? We are not arguing, neither are we fighting to win a certain topic. It's just that sometimes certain view or certain perspective that you thought it was, why did this person say or do or share about this thing? It became a aha moment for me. Because the thing is that maybe she saw a point that connected to that trail of thought, and that is where the anger came from, which if I've never come across that would never be one of the consideration, and I miss out one big picture of it.
Yeah. So that's why we always talk about wiring, sales wiring, leadership wiring, whatever wiring, because we're all wired differently. But sometimes we need to unwire and rewire back.
So you talk about this wiring thing, you see. So we have wires going across our house. We have got wires going around in the car as well, So most of the time in the past, we only fix the wire when something happened,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's
Correct.
typically like, you don't say like, okay, it's 10 years. I think we should fix the wire. We'll never, ever, ever, ever put that in. However, looking at the current, I think one of the things that we learn is crisis management before you should do anything. You should be prepared before anything else happens. So is your business. So you have never thought of growing, expanding, going global. Perhaps the time is now.
Yeah. You could do this thing called plan potential problems in advance.
Yep. And why I truly encourage or invite you to look at these topic is because there's this thing about law of attraction. When you open that thought, right, you will notice that one after another, the doors just get opened up. It could be opportunity, it could be speeding up a certain thought, certain process, or you never thought of it, and yet came a great partner, came a great whoever that can give you some mentoring, coaching, whatever you call it, and speed up the whole process. So yep, invite you to think about it.
Today I got this beautiful quote. For things to change, you have to get better. And we always, we believe in being 1% better every day. And I just want to thank you again, for me to be disciplined and come on the live Facebook here, come on writing the blogs every week. I have a penalty if I don't, and that's discipline. Discipline. We need that. And for me, I need that push, because wow, if I don't get better in my skills, especially, or even knowledge, then how am I going to change?
So you mentioned, but for things to change,
you have to get better.
You have to get better. Okay, so there's another portion of this statement that says, for things to change, I must change first. So the thing is that if you combine these two together, for things to change, you must get better, and then for things to change, you must change first. If you put the two things together, it is about one very simple word or one very simple rule that 7 habits Stephen Covey likes to talk about is. What's rule number 1? Dang, 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 dang. If anybody knows this, be proactive.
She's the teacher. I know it, but no, it's not in sequence, so my brain not sequential. So got number 1, be proactive.
Okay, you must know who's behind the wiring of my brain, yeah? Okay. I've been immersed and submarined into it for a bit of time. So, be proactive.
Proactive.
And we are fully responsible for it. You do it, you don't do it, you are fully responsible. You get better, you don't get better, you want to change, you don't want to change, it's all up to you.
Nice. May sound not so nice, but it's nice. It's important.
Tough love.
Tough love. So we give each other tough love. Once in a while, then the sayang love comes in.
Well. What can we say here? So the thing is that at times like this, right, besides the lovey-dovey, some sense and some truth got to be there. Why I said so is because as you talk to more people, as you observe closer, taking a closer look. While you see a lot of shops, or even notice a lot of shopping malls have got empty lots now, a lot of businesses are really doing very, very well, or you see very new businesses popping up. What does that tell you? Are you still having a very micro view about things?
Are we still harping on the negative things, micro?
So one of the things that I choose not to do is I don't look at our local news anymore.
Yeah. Andra and I, we when we call each other, we don't talk about the bad things like what's worse. We talk about, wow, what's new? What can we do better? What can we go crazy about? You know?
If ever we talk about news, is how can we help them?
Yeah, we talk about the reality of life, what is happening, but actually in every crisis, there is always an opportunity also.
Plenty. If you look very close to even your neighborhood, right, you will notice that, hey, certain things are mushrooming at this current moment. Even though you call, like, it's a pandemic, you see many businesses shutting down, there are still plenty of opportunities. In any good times or bad times, there are people who gain or lose, or indifference. There's always that three choice: you gain, you lose, or indifference.
What's indifference here?
Okay. Who is really indifferent?
The financial jargon, only the financial people will know.
I think even the mannerism has changed. Okay, for example, we always talk about people in the medical field, the doctors and the nurses. They will never go out of job. That's evergreen. In a way, it's indifference. However, look at the way they work these days. It's not indifference anymore. It's not really like you will admire their occupation. I don't think so. Yeah. So in terms of financial wise, they are indifferent. They still get their pay. They're not worried of being fired or losing their job or VSS or whatever. But still, the whole work environment, the social environment has changed.
True.
And I would say that the next 3, 5 years, 10 years, perhaps, parents will have a very different view about asking your children to become doctors. It's like, no, it's okay. I think it's too much of frontline, at the pandemic. It's so dangerous. You better not be one. Those days it's like, my children is a doctor. Wow. Maybe not in the next 3 to 5 years. Fear factor.
Or even a pilot,
I was like, yeah, that's another one. Nope. That's not safe. That's not an evergreen job anymore.
Or even banker. My parents were bankers. They say it's the best job in the world, most secure.
You remember the message that I sent you yesterday, Claire?
Yeah, that's right.
About banks? Now, having said all these about job security and jobs, right? I see very different perspective about entrepreneurs these days. It's truly borderless.
Good things.
It's truly, I want to say that, you can wake up whatever time. However, these days, because of virtual, you can choose to work at which time zone or which customer, which zone that you're serving.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that really have changed the whole perspective about business. You could go global in a much more easy manner as compared to before. The acceptance of see you in Zoom, see you on Zoom, see you on video call, it's very normal now. Okay.
Yeah, the borderless has just changed the way we do business.
So, Claire, the more academic name for Claire is actually Dr. Claire. Okay. So Dr.
I
Claire,
give
now let's
mouth resuscitation one, the doctor. Okay.
only if you're there. And I dare you to do it.
To take from me.
Okay, let's look at it this way. So when we talk about a micro view and a macro view for business expansion, what should one look out for?
Wow, wow, wow.
You know, if I've not gone global, and this is my I'm so excited and I'm so curious about what you say, what should I look out for?
So for every business or every person, it is different. So there's this thing called the gap. Yeah, the gap. And it's very important to understand oneself, you know. Now, I really see the gap between a really successful person or successful business than just a person just talking and saying, and all the planning is in this word called the implementation. I love this word because I love the how, and I think we want to be the specialist in the how because it's lacking in all the textbooks. Now I try and dig, cannot find. So I love this because then we can create all this stuff, and that's quite to do a lot with the micro in the small things that are doing, because that contribute to the macro. And if there was one word, I would say discipline, because this discipline also will differentiate. Of course, not just discipline for the sake of doing, but the discipline for a lot of things. You know, the word skills. What skills do you need? You know, in every type of business, you've got to be very conscious. What skills do you need? And you know, they say actually skills. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and say at the end of the day, it's skills that you need. Okay, it's not what qualifications do you have. Yeah, it's not how much money you got in a bank, yeah, but it's really the skills, because the skills can make or break you. For me, that's for me.
So what I hear you saying is actually find a gap. Find a small enough gap that you can serve, and only you serve, because I hear the word micro as well. And serve in an area where you have all the expertise of know-how of answering that gap.
Or knowing that gap, and knowing that you've got such a big gap that you need to do. You know, what do you need to do to close that gap?
Okay. And then of course, then the expert skills needed to close that gap.
Yeah. So like for me, my weakness, you know, it's not a macro. So then I met Andrea Chow, right? Who takes a whip, think big, come on, it's your limiting belief. You know, sometimes, yeah, it's my limiting belief. And you need, and so that's the gap. So what do we need? Shortcut, ta-da, get a partner who is opposite of you and be prepared to
get whipped.
Get whipped, you know? Because I call her the Miss Disruptor. That's the whole idea. If I have a partner who agrees with me every day, what's the point? We're not going to grow. But one who, not to say we fight, but we disrupt each other, you know, it's like, okay, all right, you know, how do we look at this? Look at things. And I also learned this word, you know, addicted. Don't be addicted to the approval of your peers. Wow, this word. Yes. Yeah.
Are you here for the glamorous of those compliments, or are you here to disrupt and serve a small niche group?
So you know what helps me now, Andrea? When I wake up now, okay, today who's going to disagree with me? Because otherwise I will feel, because I feel so bad. Oh, what did I do? Forget it, you know? Forget it.
If you're gonna wake up that way and foresee that to happen, you're gonna have a beautiful day, because every single thing that comes to you is just
an opportunity.
It's easy. It didn't kind of
affect you.
Yeah, it didn't hit you hard in that way. So your answer was that if I want to go and expand and grow global, I look into the gaps, I look into the skills and build that niche there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, then let me share my perspective. I'm going to take the opposite sides of you. So there's another area where if you can come up with something that that go mass market. Like everybody needs to use
Of
you
macro, huh?
at a very, very affordable rate. For example, Spotify, Gmail, Grab, things like this, that everybody have got that app on their phone.
Viral, like a viral.
Yep. The viral side of things will give you a viral business as well. Yep.
Yes.
So
Viral
there's
things.
So there's two school of thoughts, yeah, to go very, very macro. Everybody can afford it. Everybody needs you. Or go very micro, very niche. Very, 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 very specific onto what you do so that you probably, every single country that you do, you get all that amount. If there's only 20 customers, you get all the 20 to you.
I mean, I came up with this, yeah. Master the viral side of things in the virus world.
Oh, wow, okay. That's a lot of V word. I was filled with a message that had a lot of the decision word. I couldn't read that whole passage. It's a mouthful of things. All right. So now that we know what, or let's put it this way. We went through the what to actually expand. So the niche or the mass market, yeah? Now, how do we get it started then? How to expand?
So start with yourself. Where are you now?
What's your mission? What's your why?
Do the pulse check. The
Yep.
stethoscope, take the stethoscope and check yourself.
Your SWOT analysis.
What is a SWOT analysis?
Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats.
Yeah.
You want to do it together, you can always come in and join us in sales wiring to do it together with us.
Yeah.
Yep. Where you get bounce ideas and get challenged to the max of the next opportunity coming your way.
Yeah, and how to turn your weaknesses to
opportunities, strength to opportunities, and threats to opportunities.
Yes. So you will need someone to just ask you powerful questions, right? And a group of people like-minded to bounce off some wisdom.
And sometimes you need a third eye to help you discover your blind spot. It's called blind spot for a reason, you can't see it. And that's why it's called a blind spot. Which is for the longest time in my training and coaching time, right? Before I met Dr. Claire here, I couldn't answer this question. So you have the Johari window that has got that window that says unconscious incompetent. That's very technical. Layman is you don't know what you don't know. Right?
Some people say better, you don't know what you don't know. But there's a but, eh?
But where's your threat coming or not? Is your threat so big that it's going to take over your industry or not? Okay. Now, then, of course, as a trainer, it goes into training that says, oh, you must tell them all these, everything that you know, so that, they don't know what they don't know gets known. Then you have a coach answer. A coach will ask you this question. What else? And what else? And what else? And then I keep answering this thing. I already don't know. Even you ask me that 10 times, what else? How would I know? So until I met Dr. Claire here, it was really an eye-opener to know what is peer learnings and peer circles. All right? And peer circles allows other parties that's together with us fill us with all that we don't know.
Yeah.
in a short period of time of 20 minutes.
Which is very critical.
Why I said so and why I highlight the 20 minutes is because I've gone through a similar process before that took way longer than that. And if you're talking about a business implementation these days, time is critical. So we're gonna take like the whole day just to discuss one issue. We're gonna be kidding.
And also the era has changed so much that, when you want to make a decision, sometimes you get a group of people and hearing them from different perspectives, you can combine all the wisdom answers given to you. You can just pick and choose, and it's really in 20 minutes, you get all the different ideas coming in.
I think Claire will probably hear me saying this. Those previous times, right? I will tell you, what, how are you? Busy. That's my standard answer. Now I've gone away from the busy. Now my standard answer is information overload.
I need energy.
I need more energy. Information overload. It's just like, so if you don't have a group like this, a process like this, and a system like this to help you see that third, fourth, fifth, sixth perspective and that blind spot that you can never ever get to see, you're still in a blind spot. Meaning to say, you can have a lot of information out there. You can have you can be exposed to a lot of information out there. You can still have a blind spot because the thing that you didn't see forever, you didn't go and see.
Yeah. Because the wire is still your wire in your brain.
Correct.
Unless you come and unwire you.
We never put another OEM1 inside there. That's why we don't have a third party interference there.
Right.
It's always what we are, our DNA only. So the importance of this micro and macro view to growth, expansion, or even you're talking about, going global is that information collection, or even having a inner closer group that help you with the brainstorm. It may not be your own employees.
Oh yes.
They may be pleasing you. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's very, very dangerous if you only have them in the group to brainstorm. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's great to have other people, especially in different industry, and you're getting different perspectives. Because what's the point of listening to the same old, same old? You want to hear something like, oh, never thought of it. Oh, it sounds stupid. I always say stupid idea means good idea.
And I also believe in the diversity where if this person in their life, they are more successful or higher or ranking or equal to your equals, your peers, that would be useful as well.
So I also love the idea where in the circle where you have people maybe in a lower level than you, but it's very interesting, especially if they are because they are reaching out to a different group of people, and you get to listen to what is really on the ground, and it's not polluted. What's that word?
Authentic.
It's authentic. That may hurt you, but that's what we need to hear. Not the nice things. We need to hear the real thing, what is happening on the ground.
Especially, right? I used to enjoy this sort of chats. Maybe not so much the taxi drivers. Our taxi drivers probably a bit more elderly. Yeah. But if you talk about like Uber days and Grab drivers, they got pretty interesting insights about life and things.
Sure.
Yeah. They are one of the really streetwise, Yeah. If you're talking about the scale of the streetwise, these group of people are rated very high up there by me. I mean, just me.
And they work long hours, 15, 16 hours, amazing.
Different people that they meet, different country that they meet, different language that they meet, and all walks of life. So they get an opportunity to chat with Probably your potential client, however, you couldn't even get close or reach
True.
near to that boss kind of thing. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. The next person I would say that also would have a lot of rich view of things are people like insurance agent, real estate agent, insurance agent. They do meet a lot of people, all walks of life as well. Yeah, that's another very interesting chats there.
Yeah, because they know so much about a family or their net worth. Yeah.
Personally, I like this group, these few groups of people, and these are the few group of people that if I have an idea or perspective that I would want to bounce my idea, these are people that I would go to.
Nice.
Yeah. So for you to go and expand your business, you need to bounce your idea with someone you trust,
Yeah.
someone you know is knowledgeable, someone you know is having different perspective in life. They have traveled, they have worked elsewhere, they know what they're talking about, or things like this.
So join us in Sales Wiring.
Yep.
So that you can enjoy all these opportunities that we've just shared and learn all these new techniques, knowledge, and improve your skills so that you can be better.
For sure.
And then we can help you look at integrating the micro and the macro of your business.
Yep. And the whole idea is also as such, it's not just you finish your course and we say goodbye to you, because if you understand what's happening in the market right now, things changes way too quickly before you can even blink.
Yeah.
You need to keep on getting better and better with your ideas, getting better and better with your proposals and whatever you're selling. So whatever that you used to have like 2-3 years back or 1 year back, you may not be able to sell now.
Yeah.
So if you need those space or those safety net to bounce these ideas off, hey, find someone that you could come along and walk with you through this journey of success.
Great.
Alrighty, let's check whether there's any comments, feedback, friends.
Joanne Ong.
Hello, Joanne. Long time.
OEM in the mind, huh? You like that example? Great.
Yeah.
Joanne.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Well, it's 8:02. We gotta go. We've got another session to rush.
Okay, everybody. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, ask yourself, what can I do differently today?
How can I go global faster?
Yeah.
Yes.
When am I going to join Sales Wiring? Okay.
That'll be great.
Okay then. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.